Hello everyone. This video is about how to use lenses. This version of lenses is version 5, and this is how, as a user, a developer, you could benefit from the platform. First, when you log in, you will see this dashboard where you see that it's connected to Kafka Broker schema registry. You see that you have a few topics on this Kafka cluster. With partitions and so on. So a few information here that might be useful, but what you really want to do is actually three things. First thing, you want to click on Explore, where you will see all of your topics. You can filter your topics by just typing something at the top, and this will search within the message within the schema and the fields in the topics as well as the topic name. If you see this now, you will see that there is a few information that are important, the key type, the value type. We see that this topic is in JSON, it has a few records and so on. Now, if you click on the topic, you will see messages, the messages that are in Kafka now, and you can see them live if you want to, right? So you will see them coming live. And on the right of your screen, you see some information about the topic. And what's very important is to notice this bar here, where you have access to the metrics for the topic, where you have a few metrics that might be useful. You can see the schema of the topic, of the messages for the key and the value. You can see the partitions if you have many. You can see if there is any consumer, and if they are inactive, you can see this one. There is a consumer here that is inactive, and you can also see the config for this topic. Now, this brings me to topic number 2, how to troubleshoot a consumer, which is something that you might do sometimes. So if you go on the topic, you can see the consumer and see inactive consumer, or you could also click here on consumer on the left of your screen. It brings you to a global view of every consumer. Now, if I click on this consumer, you can see that it only has one instance. It's a consumer group. It only has one instance, and and since this topic has only one partition, there is only one line. In your production, there might be a lot of lines, and two things are very important here. You can see the offset where it's currently at, and the last offset. So we see that there is a huge consumer lag, right? If I click on this number here, I will see the message where it's currently stuck at. I know it's stuck because it's black, it's not active. A healthy consumer would be green, right? If I click on number 1, I see here, let me put it in tab view. I see here the first line is the message that is currently stuck at, and the second line is the next message. So because I know this consumer, I know that an empty value parcel number is not good for the consumer. So I know that this is why an empty parcel number, this is why the consumer is stuck, right? So again, you went in consumer, you can see inactive, go into airline delivery consumer, and click on the current offset to see the message. Now, the second thing that you might want to do on consumer is maybe skip the offset if you have the permission to, right? So you will be able to click on this button when the consumer is inactive, and here you can skip the offset. So let's skip to, I don't know, record number 3, save my changes. If I restart my consumer, it will just start from offset number 3. Now, you can also change multiple offset if you want. That's a possibility. Now, so we've covered how to see topics, and we've covered how to troubleshoot quickly consumers. Now, how do I search for specific messages? So let's say I'm wondering if an empty parcel number happens very often. So if I go to my topic, and I can see here in tabular mode, I can see that parcel number are quite often empty. And maybe I want to, I don't know, see them. So I can use SQL Studio. SQL Studio, you can also reach it here on the left of your screen, is a way to query the messages inside Kafka using SQL. So select star from airline shipping luggage. Let's say where is null of parcel number, and maybe I want to filter on date, and so the date, maybe the offset. I want just to see the last 500 messages. So if I want to filter on the date or offset, it's underscore meta dot. So underscore meta dot offset exists. So it could be, and if I want to filter on timestamp, and underscore meta dot timestamp is above yesterday. The function yesterday function exists, right? Is null of parcel number, and run it. If I run it and I see here the tabular view, I only get messages where the parcel number actually doesn't exist, right? That's just a way of filtering. You could also filter on headers, so it would be underscore header dot the field name, or you could filter on the key underscore key dot. So let's see, for example, this one. If I see, for example, this message, it has a key ID number this. So if I want to filter on it, I could do where underscore key dot ID equal this number, right? And here I only see this message. So filtering on key underscore key, filtering on value, you can just put the name of the field right away. Filtering on offset would be underscore meta dot offset above let's say the last offset, above the last offset minus 100, minus let's say 30. Okay, here I only see the 30 last messages, if that makes sense. If you want to know which functions are available, you can click on the top of the right top of your screen, learn SQL, and you end up in our doc. And if you go to SQL reference and then functions, for example, you see all the functions that are available for SQL searches and filtering, for example, on date and time. You have a lot of functions that are available. Right, it's just an example, but again, maybe you just want to have some tutorials, and if you click on tutorials and SQL Studio, you will see some nice examples on how to query data and so on and so forth. Okay, a lot of examples. So just head to our doc for that. All right, so we've covered in this quick video how to see your messages in Explore, how to do a SQL search in SQL Studio, how to deal with consumers. Here in the consumer part, we haven't covered the topology part. Maybe that's some place where you can see your producer, consumers, and also data transformation. Maybe